I am, down here in Sarasota, Florida. Been retired now for going on 6 years. Thankful for the fire department's pension plan. So I'm doing quite reflecting back on becoming a firefighter. It was nowhere in my plans. I was a welder. I was welding for United Nuclear. I was a dry box welder for years and making a really decent living. So one day, my dad and Tony Basilica are talking to me, and they say, "Hey, Kent, the test is coming up, man. Why don't you go take it?" I said, "Listen, I'll be taking like a $7 hour cut and pay." So my dad, he was pretty a New London guy himself, so he talked me into going to take the test, and I just did it to satisfy my dad. So I went and took the test with like, wow, over 300 people were at this place, and wow, the whole auditorium was like packed. And through the process, of course, I hung out with the doctor most of the time. Most of these people already know who the doctor is. He's like a legend. And him and I went and took the test together. My father goes, "Kent, take the job, son. You don't have to drive to work anymore. You can ride your bike. You'll be in town. You'll be able to eat and sleep at work. There's so many positives to you actually staying here." And he talked me into taking the job. I got hired with the doctor, which was, it was great. You show up in those nice crisp blue shirts every day. I was a 30-year-old man at this point. I wasn't a 20 or 18 or 19. I was already a 30-year-old guy who was already dealing with pipe fitters and ship fitters and all kinds of iron workers that are hard-nosed type of people. So going to the fire department, I wasn't no kid. And those first 2 weeks were just like horrible, man, in the blue shirts and going through that orientation. And I didn't learn a damn thing, but I learned more when I got on shift than I did about anything. And I eventually ended up on group 3, which was good for me because I knew a lot of people on that shift. And I was like in heaven with these cats, man, with Chappie and Flea and Oli and some of them cats, man, Marshall and Dippolina, some cats that are just really, they were old to me. And when I got on the fire department, I still remember calling them Mister. And I know that's a far-going thing, and that nobody talks like that anymore. But everybody's born grown now. I go like Bobby Nutter, take for instance. I love that man. God rest your soul, Bobby. I love you. That cat one day goes to me. He goes, "Hey, call me Bob." I said, "Man, come on, man. Yeah, I've been knowing you since Little League, man. You've been Mr. Nether to me." So it was a hard transition at that time to call adults who now became your co-workers by their first name.